Okay, this is your dinner if you want it, and maybe my dinner tomorrow night. That oven's not that hot. 260. Oh, it's done. Look at this. Oh my god. Turn it off. Look at it. Mm-hmm. Let's see how tender it is. Oh.
It's a cook work, right?
Too long.
Carnitas?
Hey, be careful now. I'll make a mess.
I'm just getting a piece.
Get a big spoon out, Joe. Wow. Yeah. I'm not going to get any now. I'll take the spoon out. There it is.
Thank you.
It's pork roast, slow cooked at 260 degrees for like almost 4.5 hours. Most of the liquid is from the tomatoes. I put a bunch of garden tomatoes in there, and of course they're super juicy, and they contain a lot of tomato juice or water. So that was the water that you see in there, plus some spices. There's a. Do I have any more? No, it's back there. I'm not gonna dig it out. There's kind of like a teriyaki type spice that I buy and I use, and sometimes, and then I put a little bit of this in because this has a little sweetness to it. I showed you this before, and salt and pepper, and garlic powder, and a lot of onions, a lot of the Vidalias right over there. So I bought a bunch of them, and there it is. And so that's done. And this would be good for the next day or two. And because I'm going to eat something different tonight. And that's what I brought you along for that. Okay, so there's my waffle iron, and it's heating up. And so because it's heating up, I need to make, what I'm having is chicken and waffles. Okay, so I have, I keep loosening this handle. I have chicken left over from about 2 or 3 nights ago. It's in this container, and that thing's ready. And I slow cooked this in the crock pot, just like you saw me. I just showed you a second ago with the pork chops. And then it was a whole chicken, and then I cooked it really low and slow. No, I cooked this actually about 450 degrees, I think it was. And I think I reduced it, 475, and then I reduced it for about an hour, and then I reduced it to 450 for about another hour, and a whole chicken cooked, and it got really tender. And I had some spices in there, and I had a little bit of I had mushrooms, and I had tomatoes, just like almost identical to the one I just did tonight, except that's done with pork. So that's a leftover. This chicken is so flavorful. And so anyway, what I'm making is chicken and waffles. I'm going to make 2 waffles, and I'm going to, in between, I'm going to sandwich chicken in between with some maple syrup, and I'm going to have a chicken waffle maple syrup meal. Currently doing low carb, and I had about my macros today, I've had about 120 to 130 grams of carbs today. So I really haven't had a lot of carbs today. And my goal is to stay under 250 for the day. This particular Birch Blends Paleo Grain-Free Pancake and Waffle Mix, okay, if you look, you'll see 1/3 of a cup. That's how they go by the nutritional facts here. All these numbers are based on 1/3 of a cup of this mix. It's 160 calories, and all you do is add water and if you're going to do waffles, you got to do a little bit of oil so it doesn't stick. But it has 3 grams of dietary fiber, total sugars 4 grams. So it adds 2 grams of added sugar. There is a little sugar added. I kind of wish it wasn't, because then because I am adding maple syrup, but it is what it is. That way I guess it's just not really bitter. But there's not a ton of sugar in here. And then it has sodium 340 milligrams. But what was I trying to get to? Oh, the total carbohydrates, 21 grams, based on a third of a cup. And I'm doing about a cup. So you could say I am tripling it. So I'm doing 21 times 3, right? 63. So say 63 to 70 grams of carbohydrates in this mix here. And I'm already around 125, let's say I went 130. So that puts me right around 190, 200 grams of carbohydrates for the day. And then I'm going to have some of this. And this has carbohydrates. Why the writing is so small? Total carbs is 27 grams based on 2 tablespoons. So if I have 4 tablespoons of this, which is quite a bit, I probably won't have that much, then I will be having another, say, 50 grams of carbs. So if I'm around, and I'm averaging higher than that, what I've actually consumed. If I'm with this, I'm going to be at 200 total for the day. This will put me at 250. And that's what I don't want to exceed. But in reality, I think I'm going to end up in the neighborhood of 225. And I'm going to pour a little bit of this back in because I don't know. Well, I'm not, because I think that will make 2 waffles. Okay, so now I'm going to add water to this. And mix it up. And I'm going to add a little bit of oil. That's about a tablespoon or so of oil. I think they say if you're going to do waffles, they want you to add 1 to 2 tablespoons of oil for 1 cup of this. So that's about right. So I'm doing one. That was probably about 1. I didn't measure. So yeah, 1 cup is gonna, looks like that 1 cup of this is going to get me my 2, and it's thickening up. It's going to give me my 2 waffles. And I don't need the waffles to be super thick. I would if I just having a waffle by itself. But because I'm going to cook these on 6. I'm going to, this waffle maker, by the way, an all-clad, is a tremendous waffle maker. Best one I've ever had. I've had the kind that you flip and all that stuff, but this one's the best one I've ever had. They make all-clad makes a lot of kitchen appliances, small appliances that you use on your countertop, things like this, and they're worth looking into. They're reasonably priced for what they are. They're high quality. I'm not a salesman. I'm not getting paid to say that. I just really like them. Okay, so and really, if I didn't even use any oil, I don't think it would stick. I really don't. So that's a little bit thinner than I wanted, I think. But from my mother's house, because my mother moved, I want to show it to you. It's pretty cool. It's a replica of the Titanic's plates. Oh, there's a piece of paper in there. I'll get it later. My mother had it on display. I used the plates. So RMS Titanic Artifact Collection. Wouldn't it be cool if this was actually one of the real ones? But no, you wouldn't find it in this condition. But look at this plate. And I'll tell you, it's pretty large. A little bit larger, about a quarter inch or so larger than the average dinner plate. But it's real beefy. I like it. I think I don't know. It's over the top, but blue's my favorite color, and the blue and the gold. Oh, so this is going to be my plate for dinner. I like to eat on good stuff because it's just a way that I can spoil myself a little bit. So now this thing's telling me it's done, but you see it? I don't like it like that. I'm going to really crisp this simply because it's got to be. It's gonna be like this is gonna be acting like it's bread. And my point, the point is, and I have some other. Here's Birch blenders. This is the one with the grain, and this was probably bought by accident. I don't usually buy this. Maybe I wasn't paying attention. But this one has 29 grams, and I think the other one was 23. So, or no, the other one was 21. So this one has 8 more grams. But this one has that in a quarter cup, not a third. So if you really pay attention to the labels, you'll see that, even though they may look identical to you, this is there's a lot of carbs in here. So 1 cup of this is 4 times, where's it again? 4 times 29. Let's just call it 30, right? So it's 120 carbs if you have a cup of this, which makes 2 large waffles, right? So for somebody who's only eating, like, their dietary needs are 250 to 300 carbohydrates a day, you would be getting almost close to coming up on half of those. Well, if it was 250, you would. Half of your carbs would be in one meal, and that's just for this. It doesn't count if you're doing some syrup or butter doesn't really have hardly any carbs in it at all, if any. But anything that you add to it. Okay, so now let's try the beer. I've been looking forward to this beer. I'll tell you. Now this is not my favorite beer. I just bought this beer. I don't know if I've ever had. I think I had it once before. I do like Founders, but this one's a little bitter. So I'm going to do something. I'm going to do something a little different to this. What I'm going to do to this, and let me unplug this and let the residual heat go, so I don't overcook it. I'm going to take, because I've already had one of these. I think I've had one because it came in a 4-pack, I think, and there's 3 left. I'm going to take some. Mexican vanilla blend, and this is liquid vanilla concentrate. I'm going to put it like that. Okay, there's my vanilla, and then I'm going to take. I never had one of these before. These are very expensive, so I'm not going to have very many of them. Olipop cream soda, and it has. They're new. They haven't been out very long. But I've been meaning to try them. 40 calories in this whole can. And it does have sugar. It has 2 grams of sugar. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to have, just pop it. My son maybe will drink it. I'm going to have like that much. What I'm doing is I'm dressing up and sweetening up this for the beer. Just trying to make my beer more of a kind of a milkshake type, sweeter, creamier. I love cream soda. So now, what I'm going to do is, I never made this before. I'm going to put, that's about a tablespoon. And I'm going to put a tablespoon here. I don't know if you can see it, but I'm putting a tablespoon on the one that's in the waffle iron. Ow! I didn't realize it was gonna get that hot. Oh, look at the juices. Wow. Okay, it's looking good. I don't know, chicken and waffles, right? And then take this and put it over the top. Okay, so here it is. I was just gonna pick it up and eat it. That was my plan. But I see now that would be, number one, it's too hot because I cooked the chicken. And number two, it's just, I could pick it up, but it would make a mess. So let me try it. You got a little bit of everything. Oh my God. The flavors they don't clash. Or maybe because I'm just so damn hungry. I gotta be careful with the chicken bone. The maple syrup really, you know, it adds a lot too. Butter would be all right, but you don't really need it. I thought about putting a couple of slices of bacon in it, and then I thought, you know, bacon and chicken don't go together. And this chicken is, the way it's seasoned. Oh, that's good. I'm so hungry. I told you in another video, when I eat, I usually have a tremendous appetite. I don't eat unless I'm really hungry, and I make myself really hungry. And you enjoy your food so much more when you just can't get enough of it. When you're just really hungry. Versus just eating just to be eating. I'm eating for fuel. Now I'm enjoying it. I'm getting creative, and I'm making something that's cool. I think it's cool. But at the end of the day, this is a planned out meal. It is serving a purpose. It's giving me back some carbohydrates, and it's giving me back protein. The two things that I need right now. If I don't put the protein in me tonight, then all that sweating and grunting and all that hard work out there, making my muscles sore and tired, and it would be all for nothing. Without protein in my body, nothing would. My body would not build back the muscle, and it would be for nothing. I wouldn't gain anything. This way, I'll gain a little bit of strength. Probably not size, but strength. With each workout, you just get more and more. You get stronger and stronger. Or you maintain your strength. But I really pushed it tonight. I really did. I went out there and I just had a mental attitude. I built myself up from this morning sometime, and I decided I'm going in. If I feel okay in the afternoon and I'm not hurting or sore or anything, I'm gonna push it. I eat fast, but like I said, I'm really hungry. But this is gonna expand in my stomach, and I might not feel full immediately, but I will if I let it sit for a while. I really think it's just the right amount of food. Calorie wise, carbohydrate wise, protein wise, it is the right amount. Now the chicken, if you cook chicken differently and you season it differently, however you like to cook your chicken, or if you hardly season it at all, maybe just a little salt and pepper, it would change the dynamic of this. This chicken is highly seasoned. So it's a big influence on the flavor. But normally, chicken and waffles would be fried chicken. It's big in the South. I've had it in the South. At some pretty famous places. Well, one famous place. Mary's Kitchen or something like that. I think that's what it was. It's a kind of a national landmark or monument, whatever you call it. It's famous. know those famous places you read about them and you get all jacked up, but they're never going to be as good as all the hype. This is going to be, good, but nothing is ever, anything that's really hyped up is never going to be super good, That's just the way it is. So, anybody that's watching, I'm going to tell you right now, let me change that, that is a meal I'll have again. On the surface, it looks like it's not a good meal to have. It looks like it's just not the type of nutritious meal that you would want or you should have. But that's on the surface. That pancake mix was grain free. It's plant based. I know exactly what it packs as far as carbohydrates, salts, sugars, etc. How many calories? The chicken, I don't care about the chicken. Chicken's protein. Excess protein, your body's going to flush it out anyway. But I didn't eat enough protein to have anything excess. I'll be using all of that, or my body will be using all of that. And I didn't factor this in, and I don't really know what the macros are on this. This could be, compliments to the chef. This could be 75 carbs. And if it is, it will put me right at my max, or a little over. And it could be there. It really could be there. Well, let me look on the beer. Do they label it on beer? I actually don't know. Do they have a nutritional? They don't have beer is not required to have a nutritional label. Oh, yeah, BS. I mean, something like beer that has a lot of stuff in it. If this puts me over, this is a really good way to go over. This matches that. It works with that. It's almost got the same flavors. There's plenty of grain in here. Hops and whatnot and barley. Now the beer's kicking in. That's strong beer, man. I think I got a little buzz off that. And so I'm going to end the video with, it's a jalapeno or jalapeno type pepper. And when they're red like this, that's when they develop the sweetness. And I eat these things like candy. All right. Oh, my God, that's good. I'll see you later.